Hi everyone, I'm Karissa Dunham from Shining Light on Minnesota. We are here at our Roseville shop and we have a very special guest with us today, Barbara from Henricksen. Welcome, Barbara.
Thank you.
You bet.
Glad to be here.
Yes, so let's get started. Let's tell some of our viewers a little bit about Henricksen and what it is.
So Henricksen is a furniture dealer. They also do flooring, supply and install. And then we have two architectural wall product lines. They're called Beyond and Aspect. Henricksen's been around for it's over 20 years because it was a different country, Metro Furniture Sales, before.
Nice.
They merged and became Henricksen.
Yep.
And Henricksen is nationwide. So that's a little bit, I know some of our competitors are also nationwide,
Yep.
but we have offices, our headquarters are in Chicago.
Yep.
But then I think everyone is very familiar with the Minneapolis office. And then we have offices as far as Tennessee. And then we don't really go out west much. I mean, we do business out west, but as far as having offices, we are mainly in Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Tennessee, and Wisconsin.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is your role there? Now I know you started off obviously in the project management in the construction world. And now you got into Henricksen. Tell people a little bit about that transition and what you do now compared to what you used to do.
So I started off in residential construction.
Yep.
I started off in the field. And then I moved into having my own GC business. And I think that's probably right around the time that maybe we met each other
Yeah,
when I was with
absolutely.
AWC.
Yep.
And then I moved into commercial construction in 2015, and I was always a project manager. And over the years, with family and with life, I just decided that transitioning into more of a business development role
Yeah.
and out of the project manager role was more compatible with what I have going
With
on.
the lifestyle, yeah. I mean, you're a mom, you've got your older kids, you've got some younger kids now too, and seeing that transition, like, okay, mom's working 60-hour work weeks, now mom's working a little bit less and probably a little bit more there.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. So, COVID, I know a lot of people talk about this, but one of the few things that was good about COVID was that flexibility that was created in the workplace. And so having to be the option to work 2 days from home
Yeah.
and 3 days in the office is really nice. That adds to that flexibility. And then just having more, being out there more and being able to engage and use those relationships that I've earned over the years
For sure.
to bring in more business. That is really what my passion is now at this point in my life.
Yeah, right.
For a long time, it was managing construction projects. I think with so few females in the industry, especially at that time, 20 years ago,
Absolutely.
it was really a challenge to be able to be in the industry and be alongside the men and do what they did. But after 20 years of doing that, I feel like I met that challenge.
Yeah, right?
I need more work-life
Time
balance
for
with
me
the
to figure
children.
things out, yeah.
We
Yep.
had a surprise baby in 2000 and he was 2021. So he's 3.5 now. And so all of these things combined made it so that I was like, I'm not going to be a project manager anymore.
I need to change things up. You learn from some, even like your first couple that you have to now, like, these are the steps I've taken. This is what I was like before. Let's try some new stuff because this is
Yeah.
difficult. It's not always easy. Yeah.
No.
Yep.
I remember working many late nights and weekends and just always, having the kids be like, Mom, when are you going to be done?
Yeah.
Or the baby laying in the crib while I'm typing at 8:30 at night
Yep.
and promising, I'll be done in a minute. I'll
I'm
be
here.
done.
Just know I'm here.
This is quality time, isn't
Yep.
it?
We're bonding.
Yeah. So that got a little old and really I just got burnt out.
Right.
And so I was lucky enough to have this opportunity come to me because I had worked with Henricksen as my furniture dealer when I was at Cushman & Wakefield on the Ameriprise account.
Yep.
And they were one of the contracted furniture dealers. So I worked with them on almost every project. For any project that had furniture, I worked with them for 4.5 years.
Nice.
So I grew that relationship. And so when it was time to move, I reached out to them and they had a position open for me. And
Awesome.
I think with my construction background, the walls, the architectural walls, which is what my focus is, was
Yep.
really made sense because I knew what it was like to be in the field. I knew what it was like as far as measuring dimensions
Yeah.
and stick
All the
built.
construction things. Yep.
All the things that go with construction. So I think it made the most sense for me to be in that role.
With your BD business development role now and having other people working aside you or along with you. Tell people about how you blend together in that role.
Well, it's great. I mean, my role is probably 60 to 65% just business development,
Yep.
but then I'm also responsible for RFP responses, getting quotes to clients. And so that adds a little twist.
Yep.
And I have an amazing team. Bidding and quoting things has been part of my life since I started my career, but I have never worked with a team that I don't worry if I'm going to hit my deadline because everybody is like a very well-oiled machine. I work with some of the best people. And then so I work alongside with the account executives
Yep.
who really own the project, and they also do their own form of business development.
Right.
So they have a lot of long relationships where they've worked with people for a very long time. And so I'm basically not only creating new relationships, but bringing in relationships that were existing to me from my
Absolutely.
past years, and then nurturing those relationships and helping the account executives maintain those relationships that they have.
How big of an area do you cover in your role?
So the whole country. I mean,
nice.
Even though we're a Minneapolis-based office, if like right now, I'm doing a project in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yep.
And then the next one coming from that same client will be in Cincinnati. So our office does work all over. We just follow it where it goes.
Right.
And then we have boots on the ground. Sometimes we do get resources from some of the other offices that are nationwide. But sometimes we travel out to the sites and we do it ourselves.
Right.
So it's a little bit of everything. And I just work with fabulous people.
Oh, I think it's important for people to know, too, that when we do have boots on the ground, whether we do or we don't, we're going to be there.
Yes.
Like, if somebody calls and says, can you be here? It's like, yep, I'll hop on the plane. I'll be there tomorrow. Or let me get in the
Absolutely.
car and just head out now. Let's hit all the sites and meet all the people.
Yeah, giving that support, and especially when those relationships you've earned, or they're so important to somebody else because they've earned them.
Right.
It just makes you go the extra mile to not let anybody down. I mean, you know that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting, like in the world that we live in today, like all the relationships that we built, and then when you hand them off, you want to make sure that they're getting treated the same way when you don't know. So it's like,
Yes.
do you follow it? Do you not follow it? Do you still kind of like, you
Right.
always do the follow up no matter what?
Yes.
But you want to make sure that because those are your people. Those are the people you've known all your life.
You've given your
the
word
people-
to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's got to follow through.
Yeah.
Have you always been in and around the Twin Cities with all of your different locations and jobs that you've been at?
No, in fact, I've mostly lived in the Twin Cities my whole life,
Yeah.
except for 2 years I lived in New York. But no, because when I was at Cushman and Wakefield and I was building offices for Ameriprise
Right.
for that 4.5 years,
Yep.
I only think I had 2 projects in Minnesota.
Right.
Every other project was in a different state, and we didn't have regions.
Yep.
So I was
you just
traveling
go. Yep.
everywhere.
Yep.
And that's when I found out I was pregnant with my son, my youngest son now, and I was like, oh no.
Oh boy, like how's this gonna work? Like we'll figure it out, but
Right.
not sure.
Because I was traveling, 3 times a month.
Yeah. Yep.
So my husband, I remember when I let him know I was pregnant, and his mouth dropped open, and
Oh.
he's like, "What are we gonna do?" And I'm
Right.
like, "Well, we're gonna have a baby.
Yeah,
That's what
we're gonna
do."
figure this out. We're gonna do this. All the things I've done it before. I can do
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah, we'll make it work. So,
Yes.
and that's when I went back to the GC.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for RJM for a little while, and that was a great experience because that was doing ground up construction, which
Yeah.
is something I had never done.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of times in the fields, you learn new things, new strategies, and when people say, "Hey, what are you going to be when you get older?" You don't know. I don't know. It's you just roll with it and go, and wherever you're brought to, you're brought to.
Yeah, I never thought I would. When I was little, I'd grow up and go, God, I want to be a project manager in construction.
Right.
You just don't think that. It just
No.
happens.
Right. Well, and a lot of times, I mean, the day and age, like with construction and everything that it's going, I mean, you could be a lawyer in there, you could be HR. There's
Yeah.
so many different roles and so many different assets that when people think construction, you're not going to just be the one out there with a hammer or
True.
a
Yep.
jack or anything else. It's just trying to figure out what works for you.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that.
What about your kids? The older ones, are they, or have they thought about construction at all? Seeing your background in it?
I don't think it was very glamorous for them. They were not really inspired by that.
Right.
So no, they're not. They are doing some retail work, and my one daughter, when COVID hit, she was supposed to go to the U, and that got the kibosh. So she's trying to figure her stuff out, and I'm just really letting them, because it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm just letting them, without trying to ride them too hard, to do what their passion
You've
is.
got to do something and just try to figure it out along the way. It's not always school. It's not always what you're doing today is what you're going to be doing in the future, but that could lead to a different lane. Or you never know the people you're going to meet along the way.
Right.
Who have been some of your mentors along the way? Who have been some people that have really helped you through? And
Oh my gosh, it's been a long time.
yeah,
When I was a while back, this is before 2015, I worked for a residential leasing company, and I can think of one of the people that really molded what kind of project manager I was a lady named Deb Newell, and she'll probably giggle if she hears this. But
hi Deb.
hi Deb. She just really, I think, because she was really hard on us, and she was really type A. She really had high expectations of always answering our phone. Always being on, always never letting anything go too long without following up. And so that really fed into who I was as a project manager.
For sure.
I respected her a lot. And then when I went to Gardner Builders, there was a gentleman who you probably know, Barry Stoffel.
Yep.
I worked under Barry, and Barry taught me what I know about commercial construction, because it is different.
It's very different, yes.
Yeah. And so he had a huge impact on what I know today about ACT ceiling and ACT grid and flooring and every little piece that goes into a construction project. So he was a big mentor. And then, gosh, Wendy Rogers at Cushman and Wakefield. She was my project manager director at Cushman, and she was on the Ameriprise account, so we only did Ameriprises.
Yep.
And again, just a great, strong leader who, she again was hard on us, but she was hard on us with tough love.
Right. Yeah.
And she just, when we had obstacles, she helped them through us. Helped them through that, and that's really what a manager is supposed to be. I think a lot of times managers get so busy, directors and managers get so busy that the path of least resistance they go with, right? Yep. And so sometimes if you have a employee who's struggling or maybe doesn't catch on right away, they tend to weed those people out just because it's easier because they're so busy.
Yep.
But with Wendy, she stuck in there. And she was always there to help me through any difficult situation. She was there. She was one of the first people I called when I found out I was pregnant.
Yeah, like,
because it was gonna.
Here's another obstacle.
And the weird thing is she knew. You know, like here I am, 46 years old, and I'm like, guess what? I have news. And right away she's like, "You're pregnant."
You're pregnant.
And I'm like, how do people know that?
I haven't said anything. What's
Is it a sign on my head that says I should be pregnant
I'm glowing
all the
different.
time?
Like, what's my role? Yeah.
I think I'm just meant to be a mom.
Right.
But she was great. And then even my the person I report to now, Brian Homiak at Henricksen, he has been one of my favorites, if not my favorite person that I report to, and boss, I should say.
Yeah.
He's an inspiration every day. He's very supportive, always has my back, and always there to teach me things. So I feel very fortunate there.
For sure. What have been some of your obstacles or your biggest life lessons that you've learned that you can share with our viewers to see when they get to those hard spots that life does work out and you're kind of brought to those moments to make you who you are today?
Well, I guess I go back to what I try to teach my kids, and that is not to give up. Always don't take no for an answer. Right? That's how I've got my very first in the field construction job, is I just showed up at the construction site and I started working, and they didn't send me home for 3 days.
Right.
And the project manager for the project finally came on the third day and said, I heard you've been working on my job site. It's like, well, you guys never called me back, so I thought I would just try.
Yep.
And then relationships. So important.
Yes.
Especially in this industry, right?
Yeah.
Because
you've got to have your tribe. You've got to have the people to fall back on.
And you can never burn a bridge.
Nope. Right.
Because everybody, at least in Minneapolis, everybody knows everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
And you never know when you might work with someone and they're your colleague, and then you go someplace else and they can be your boss.
Right.
You just don't know, or your client.
Right.
So I always tell my kids, never burn a bridge, always take care of your relationships, and because you're always going to need those.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's every day, no matter where you're going, what you're doing, it's a very small world that we live in. And you're going to always come across those people. I don't care if you're here in Minnesota, if you're in New York, if you're in Ireland, wherever you are,
Yep.
you're always going to have somebody come to mind that you're like, yep, I know them.
Yep. And always trying to help those people, because
Yeah.
there's going to be the day when you need to come to them
sure, yeah.
and ask for their help. And it happens way more than people think, right?
Yep.
So
What have been some of your whys? I know you have your kids and things like that, but that have really driven you and kept you to who and where you are today, kept you going.
for a long time, it was survival, right? When the older kids were younger, it was working 2 jobs and just paying the bills. Now it's really more just self gratification and really enjoying who I am as a person. You know, you
Right.
come into your own.
Yes.
As a woman, you grow. And 15 years ago, I would have been like, what are you talking about? I am a grown woman.
Right. I am who I am. Yep.
Right? And
You don't want to be told you're not when you're
Right.
20, 30, whatever it may be, right?
Yeah, it's probably so frustrating when when I tell the younger people, well, just wait till you're my age.
Yep.
And they're like,
You always hear that. When I was your age, I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
but it was all true.
It was, yeah. Yep.
So I do recommend to the younger people, really, I know it's hard, but listening to those people that are older, because
Right.
9 times out of 10, what they tell you is 100% true.
Well, and their life experience from what they lived through and what they're living through today is so vast and different from the younger generations that
Yeah.
it's good to understand what they went through too, so you can understand where you're going in the future.
Yes, it's so helpful to have the younger generation, and it really is their world, right?
Right.
So with the technology that you and I didn't always grow up with,
Right.
and so having them help me through that.
Yeah,
like,
that's like, okay, I don't understand this. I'm trying to figure all this out, all the socials, all that. Yep, absolutely. Like, Mom, why do you have a pen and paper in your car? Well,
because I like to
I'm
write
still
things
taking
down.
notes.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
What are you
easier that way.
talking about?
Sometimes when you're drawing and writing notes, you listen better too.
True,
Like instead of
true.
just on your phone and making videos or TikToks or,
Yep.
hey, I'm sitting on my couch. Here's my Snapchat of you sitting on your couch. Like, let's go.
Right. But I do love the advancement in technology. It helps us so much in our
For
job.
sure. Yes. Yep.
Social media is great when it's used correctly.
When it's used correctly. Yep.
And so, I don't know, just throughout the years, I've really grown and I think learned a lot of lessons. And I try to own my stuff,
Yeah.
you know, and I try to be accountable for the mistakes I do make and then learning from those.
Yeah.
Lessons learned
Right.
is always the great thing at any company. I highly recommend it.
Right.
Get a powwow together and
Yeah.
lessons learned, because it helps.
Well, I think a big thing too, whether you're working, whether you're at home, is to reset, be able to try to be in the moment a little bit more, even though you and I are going and going and going. It's like, okay, I'm going to just try to be here for the half hour that we have or the hour that we have instead of multitasking so much, because that's huge.
Right. And you get worse at multitasking as you get older.
And your
Nobody
memory
tells you
gets
that.
older, and when people are like, remember when I met you 8 years ago? I don't know if I remember today. I've seen 1,000 people, but we're good. Let's try to figure this out.
Well, and I just want to apologize to anybody that I see out and about and I don't remember you.
Yeah.
It's not because of any other reason other than age.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if I
Old.
remember my kids' names. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
I
But
don't.
like when I meet someone or see someone at a mall or at a restaurant or wherever, and they're like, hey, Karissa, how are you? I'm like, looking for the logo. I'm looking
Yep.
for the name tag.
Oh, good.
You
I'm
start
not the only
asking
one.
those questions like, how was your day? What'd you do? What's your role? Like,
Yeah.
tell me something that
Yeah.
how you know me. Yeah.
You're right.
Yep.
Right. And I just, whenever that happens, I feel terrible. But I always use like, it's good to see you, because it is good to see.
It is. Yeah. Yep.
And I take it huge compliment when people remember me and recognize me. And I don't want anyone to be offended when I don't, because it's simply
Right.
just
Or
age
you're sitting
sinking in.
somewhere and they're waving and you're like, I know your face. I know you. How do I know you? Like,
Yes.
is it one of the kids' friends, parents, or
Right.
whom
Right.
are
It
they?
could be
Yeah.
a personal person
Right.
too. Sometimes you just don't know. So I do, going back to what you said about being present in the moment, I think having my children really helps me do that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, with having that second set of kids and knowing that time flies by,
Yeah.
it's really important now to take that time and just sit with them, because those days are going to be
Gone before you know it.
gone.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so that helps me reset and helps me come back to what's really important.
What are some of the fun memories that you've done with your kids outside of work, things like that, that they can always remember? They're like, hey, Mom, remember that one time, whether it's singing in the car, or it's going on a road trip, or eating specific foods, or just the traditions that you've had?
I think for us, a lot of it is traditions. It is making sure that we have the whole family together on holidays. It's making sure that we take the time, even when we're busy and exhausted, to go out and do things with the kids.
Right.
And like you said, be very present when we're doing that, because that's so important. Quality versus quantity.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, our family is pretty big, like yours.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing in the whole world, is seeing the big kids love on the little
Love
kids.
on the little ones. Yep.
And seeing both generations really enjoying each other and loving each other. And, you know, my little kids idolize my
right.
older
Oh,
kids.
absolutely.
Oh my gosh, it's so much
It's
fun.
like seeing them look up to them and like, when I get older, I want to be,
Yes.
I want to do this, or I want to dress like that, or I want
Yes.
to wear that, or,
Yeah.
and then you start like, okay, now they're getting into each other's clothes. Like, this is going to be interesting. Let's see how they roll with that one.
Oh God, yeah. Luckily, I only have 2 girls.
Yes, I know, right?
Just with the clothing thing, I mean, I love
Right,
my
yeah.
girls, but
Yep.
with the clothing thing, it gets to be a bit. But it's funny because my 3-year-old, I will catch him watching like those iCarly shows or those
Yeah.
older teenage shows, and I said to my husband, I go, why would he be interested in that? He's only 3.5.
Yep.
And my husband's like, well, it's
Because
because
the older kids have or do, or
Yeah.
it's somebody older for
Yep.
them to try to mimic or
to look up to, yeah.
Yep. Or you can see him walking down the street, looking at the older one walking down there, like trying to walk the same
Yep.
way. I'm like, that's
I
kind of
love
cool.
that.
Like, that's fun. Yes. Yep.
I love that.
So you have other business development people at Henricksen.
Yes.
What are their roles and different? How does that differentiate from what you do?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Akaria Becker, one of my favorite people, she is our A&D marketing manager. And for those of you that don't know A&D, it's architectural and design marketing manager. And she's out there every day meeting with the architects and the designers and really trying to get our product spec'd,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
know, in the
Absolutely.
plans ahead of time. So that's always helpful. She co-hosts events with me.
Yep.
We share a lot of our contacts, and she has really been helpful in introducing me to a lot of the design people I don't know.
For sure. Yeah.
She's an interior designer by trade, and so she knows like IIDA and a lot of
Yeah.
those things is where I come from, the GC world, and I don't know as
Like,
much
I
of
know
that.
the ground up, you know, the design stuff.
Right.
Let's put them together and grow.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. And she's less familiar with the GCs, so I introduced her to those people.
Yeah.
So she's great, and she's pretty much 100% BD, as where I had mentioned
Yeah.
I'm 65%.
differentiate,
Yep. And then the account executives.
Yeah.
And I forget our general manager, Deb Barnes,
Mm-hmm.
and our vice president of sales, who are both principals of our company, Tim Miller. They are out there doing business development as well.
Right.
So
I think
that's
everybody
nice.
does. Everybody's a
Absolutely.
salesperson. Everybody's business development.
Yes.
It's just representing your name and your brand and who you are as a whole.
Right. And so Akaria tends to focus more on furniture and flooring.
Yep.
She does talk about walls as well. She encompasses kind of the whole gambit, but my focus really is on architectural walls, the 2
Yes.
product lines, the Aspect and Beyond. And like I mentioned, I think that has a lot, why they brought me in to do that is a lot of because of my construction history.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
that experience.
Do you think that in the future, obviously you're bringing people from the construction side into the architectural side. Do you see that growing and changing in the future as far as more people from the construction side getting into architectural walls and in different fields too? Because technology is what it is, and it's starting to kind of grow and outsource too.
It's definitely architectural walls in our market here in Minneapolis are definitely growing.
Yeah.
You know, I remember the first architectural wall line that I ever saw, which was the one that we all know. So I don't even need to say it. It's like Kleenex, right?
Right.
But that one, I remember back when I was at Gardner, so in 2015, and it was really new. And people just didn't,
Like, what is this?
why would I spend the money on that?
Right.
And they just didn't really know the value. So we've come a really long way since then.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of value in the architectural walls, whether it be the modular walls or the office storefronts, the glass.
Yeah.
There's acoustical value. There is the aesthetic. They're just beautiful.
Well, and it keeps changing too, as far as the
yes.
look, the design, the technology, everything
Options.
like that. All the options. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And so we have two beautiful lines, and very proud of those lines. And so the walls are something I'm very passionate about, and so it's easy for me to be out there
Right.
talking about them.
Right. Well, and you're incorporating your old roles into with the new roles, bringing people with you, but you're also meeting so many more people. Now you're getting
yeah.
into the design world, which is fun
Yes.
because that's a whole nother beast in itself. And
Yes.
the architects and everything like that. It's like, okay, I dealt with them a little in the past, but let's see how we can collaborate with everybody now.
Yeah, it's a different relationship.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
with some of the same folks, but it's a different relationship.
Yeah.
And they've been great. I mean, all the people that I've been working with recently, and even just doing business development events with, even if we haven't worked together, have just been very warm and welcoming.
Right.
And they're interested in finding out about the products.
Oh, yeah.
And organically, the furniture and flooring work comes my way too, just
yeah.
because I'm out there doing it.
And you're making a name and you're saying, hey, I'm with the company. This is everything that we do. So, by the way, do you do this? Do you do that? It all comes to you. What have been some of the good networking events and some of the good associations that you've been a part of?
I'm a huge fan of Min Crew. I love the fact that they really have something for ladies, right?
Yes, yep.
Just like AWC, I love Association of Women Contractors.
Yep.
And then I'm getting to know IIDA
Yep.
more, part of the design world.
Right.
So I'm excited about that. I do participate in MinCar as well. I think we all do.
Everybody does, yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
so really the top associations that everybody does are my favorites.
Right.
I participate very heavily, I think, in Min Crew, and then also it's changed a little bit because when I was in the GC world, it was heavy on Association of Women Contractors.
Absolutely, yep.
And I still love that organization.
Yes.
It's fabulous. I've been a member since
Well, it's
2010.
growing. So now it's not just the contractors. It's
Right.
all the subs. It's all the
All the
things,
associate
right?
members,
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Even down to lawyers and insurance people.
Yep, absolutely. Bankers, whomever. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a great association. I highly recommend it. I love Barb Lau and her team. But Min Crew has been amazing for both Henricksen and myself.
Yes.
Like I said, the focus on bringing women together in the commercial real estate arena. And then we're an associate member. So the work that comes from having those memberships and just the camaraderie with the women
Yeah.
is
Yep.
amazing. I just love that. It makes,
You get drawn to it, and you start to make a name for yourself. Then it's not just,
Yep.
hey, this is me and this is my company. It's more like, this is who I am. These are my people. Like,
yeah.
being a woman or whomever you are in the field, you always need people to fall back on.
Yeah.
And that's one of the
Absolutely.
hardest things that people don't understand. It's like you fake it till you make it, or you're out there putting forth the face of the company, whatever it may be. But when you get through those obstacles or you have a tough day, you're like, okay, I need somebody there to talk about it with. Yes.
Absolutely. And I don't know how many times I picked up the phone
Yeah.
and asked either for help on something or, even back to my Ameriprise days, Cushman days when I first started reading leases. I would call some of my girlfriends that were, property managers.
Right.
And said, what does this mean? It's all
I'm
legal
confused.
garbage.
It's jargon.
Yeah,
I don't
jargon.
understand. We're good.
Yeah, so that was super helpful. And I can't think, just being resourceful and picking up the phone and using those relationships, like you said,
Yep.
to help you in your career in every aspect has
Right.
been great. So,
Well, and I think your world, my world, who you are as a person and who I am, we always want to get out there and learn.
Yeah.
And always understand. Like, if I don't know, we're going to ask those questions.
Yep.
We're going to find out who the right people are that know the answers.
Yep.
And we're going to see how it's done. Not just ask them the questions, but I want to know, like, the back engineering of why
Yeah.
it's done. And so I understand it as a whole when I'm out there talking to people about
Right.
it. This is what it is, and this is the process that it takes.
exactly. Yeah. I want to be more than just the face of the company. I want to know what I'm talking about.
Right. Yep.
So that's extremely helpful because I don't know that all business development people always have a really good grasp on what their company not say that they don't know what their company does, but
Right.
but like you said,
Yep.
the nitty gritty, the
Right.
technical
I want to
piece.
see the installations. I want to see the punch list. I want to see all the things from
Yep.
the sales process to
So I
the
can
finished
speak to it.
product so I can understand. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because when you're out there, somebody's going to be like, oh, hey, I had this one thing done and how was it done or why was it done that way?
Yep.
And
You
I'm not
need
going to be
to
like,
be
oh,
able to
hold
speak
on,
to
let me
that.
go ask. No, I'll be able to speak to it and know
Yeah.
the part. Yeah.
Yeah, because you need to earn their trust.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think that's very important as well.
What do you see for growth in the future for you or for the company?
Oh, well, we've been extremely busy this first quarter and
Yeah.
things are going amazing. We've had one of our strongest quarters that I think we've ever had.
Awesome.
The tariffs are a little scary, but I think that's true for all
Yeah.
companies, corporations. But I think we're managing it really well. And a lot of our products are manufactured stateside, so
Yeah.
that's helpful.
Right.
And I know for the walls, our walls are manufactured right in Muscatine, Iowa.
Yeah.
So that helps with the lead times,
That's
helps
easy,
with
yeah.
tariffs, helps with everything. I know a lot of our competitors either come from Mexico or Canada.
Yeah.
And those two countries are being hit hard, as we all know.
Yep.
So the company is doing great as a whole. I think any of the challenges that we've had are the same challenges that every company is facing right now.
Well, and we've had, in the time that I've been here, the time you've been there, we've gone through a lot. We've had the COVID world, we've had the supply and demand, we've had the shipment issues, we have tariffs, we have all the things.
Lead
So
times.
it's making us stronger. Like
Yeah.
it's making us and everybody else understand, yes, I know you want your product and you wanted it yesterday, but this is where we're at and
Right.
this is the cost that we have to get to make it there. We stand behind who we are as a company. We're not always going to be the lowest, but we're helping you along the way.
Right, right. There's value in that.
Yes,
And you get what you pay for.
you sure do.
I mean, it really comes down to
Yep.
that.
And when people are like, what makes you stand out as a company? What do you think makes Henricksen stand out? Is it more the people too that stand behind it?
Oh my
or-
gosh.
Yeah.
Although I love our all steel and we have a breadth of manufacturers, which is one of the nice things about our dealership. But we lead with all steel, and all steel as a partnership has been amazing. But as far as Henricksen goes, the people, the people are amazing. I love coming. The first 6 months I was there. Maybe no, it's been a year now. Even though I could have stayed home 2 days a week,
Right.
I didn't. I went into
wanna
the
be
office
there.
every
Yeah.
day because I want to be there.
Right.
And the account executives and our project coordinators and even our office manager. I mean, these people I am super excited every day to see.
Yeah.
And their support, and they are fabulous people. So I couldn't ask for better people.
Which is important in this day and age with people going back to work and getting back into the office. If you don't have that connection with those people, or you've always done the Zoom, or you're always doing the online, or let me just make a quick call to you. If you don't have that real life connection with those people, then it makes it harder to get back to work or want to work
Yeah.
in that situation too.
And it makes it harder for them to want to help you and be a
Right,
support
yeah.
to you
Like,
if they
oh,
really
this
don't
person
know
again,
you.
Like I don't know who they are. I don't know
Right.
anything about them. And I don't know what their ulterior motive is.
Yeah. They want to see that you're vested as well.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So as far as growth goes with your kids, with your job, with all the travel or the less travel, do you see a lot more travel in the future or trips planned with the kids or anything fun?
Oh yeah, well we're going down to good old South Carolina in May.
Family, yes.
Yeah, that's where we take trips. We don't
Yeah.
really go on vacations.
Right. Yep.
Vacations
Absolutely.
are like on a beach with an umbrella,
We're gonna do all the
sipping
things.
drinks,
Yep.
right? Trips are I'm going to see some family.
Yep.
We're not going to be staying on the beach. We're
Nope,
going to be,
right.
but my parents live in South Carolina. They live in North Myrtle Beach, so we'll be traveling to see them in May.
Nice.
Right now, with the way things are, in the world right now, I don't know that I really want to travel outside of the country.
Yep.
But yeah, so in travel with work, we have design days coming up in June. So I'll be traveling to Chicago for that. And then there's always miscellaneous things. A lot of times, like if we have a client that has a project that's national and it's a project that needs some hand holding and to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
They just want an actual person there beside them. A lot of times that's what it is too.
We will travel there, and I will travel as well. We sometimes bring clients to our all steel showroom in Chicago and show them the products that we don't have in our own showroom.
Right.
We do have a beautiful showroom, though. I love our showroom.
Yes.
I have to
For
have
those
you there.
that haven't been there, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's exciting to see all the growth, everything like that. How, when people are looking to find you, can they reach out, or how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, well, I'm on social media. I am definitely on LinkedIn, so you can certainly message me. Most people that I know in the industry, I think, have my contact information, but I certainly can give that to people if they need it. You can go on the website, I believe. And I'm just really out there. I
Right.
think I am.
You're everywhere, just
Yes.
like I am.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
it's like, oh, there's Barbara again. We're good. We've gotten through the day.
Yeah.
We've seen each other. Yes.
So
Yep.
if you don't have my contact information, somebody that you know probably will and can
Yep,
give it
I
to
do.
you.
They can always get a hold of me. We're good. Where is she today? Well, let's look on social. Let's see
Yeah.
where she's at. She does the same for me. We're good.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I feel like things have come full circle for you and I.
Yeah.
Because we've known each other in the industry for
Right.
a long time.
Yep.
And I think that, well, Heidi, I used to work with Heidi when I was at the GC in the GC world.
Yep.
And now that I'm doing architectural walls, I've been
Right.
doing a lot more work with you.
Absolutely.
But the film is something that we do a lot of. The projects, I mean, I haven't had a lot of projects that have had film on recently, but actually I need to send something to you
Yeah.
soon. So anyway, but it's nice how things come full circle because it's
Right.
been years.
Oh yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
has. I mean, I remember seeing you when I first started out, and it's like, okay, we're good now.
Yeah.
It's like the collaboration's coming full circle, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, now when people need things, here's
Yep.
Barbara, here's
Here's
Henricksen,
Karissa.
here's All Steel.
Yep.
Yep, we're here, we're good.
Yep.
We know where each other are at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're excited to have you on today. We appreciate having you
Thank
here.
you.
We look forward to seeing your growth and having you on again in the future to
Thank
see
you.
where everybody is.
Yeah. This was fun. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yep. Thank you.